There are countries one does not observe. One listens to them. Vietnam is one of those. Its sound is the fine rain falling on rice fields. The distant song of a boat on the Mekong, the murmur of temples veiled in mist. A land where time does not rush. It flows gently between green and silence. Between mountains draped in fog and valleys flooded with water mirrors, Vietnam unfolds like a living painting. From north to south, each region breathes in its own rhythm, sometimes slow and ancient, sometimes vibrant and modern. Yet all share one soul, that of a people who smile beneath the rain, who carry work in their hands and poetry in their gaze. The land is fertile, almost sacred. The air smells of tea and wet wood. In the villages, the hum of cicadas blends with the creak of old bicycle wheels. In the fields, women harvest rice with gestures that seem like dance. There is an invisible harmony between man and world, a silent conversation that has lasted for millennia. Vietnam is made of contrasts that embrace, from the serenity of Ha Long's waters to the poetic chaos of Hanoi's streets, from the softness of temples to the strength of floating markets. Each detail, each color, each scent is a fragment of eternity. And as the sun rises over the rice fields and the mist fades, the traveler understands. Vietnam is not a place to visit. It is a place to feel, in the wind, in the silence, and in the heart. Ha Long Bay. In northern Vietnam, the sea is not just water, it is memory. Ha Long Bay stretches like a liquid mirror, where over 1,000 limestone islets rise from the ocean like sleeping dragons. Legend says these dragons descended from the sky to protect the land, their tails carving the mountains that now rest within the mist. At dawn, the horizon is a white veil. Boats glide in silence, their engines blending with the gentle rhythm of waves. The light shifts by the minute, from gray to gold, from gold to green. The stones, covered in dense vegetation, seem to breathe, and the caves echo with the voice of the sea itself. In the floating villages, life moves at the pace of tides. Houses rest upon the water, held by ropes and faith. Children paddle small bamboo boats, while women prepare the day's catch for passing travelers. Everything here is simple, essential, and because of that, eternal. The scent of salt mingles with the smoke of burning charcoal from floating kitchens. The wind carries fragments of untold stories. There is something sacred in the way the sun hides among the rocks. A pause in time, as if the world itself were breathing with the sea. Ha Long Bay is not merely a landscape, it is meditation, a place where nature teaches man to be weightless, and time learns to be still. Hanoi. Between the hum of motorbikes and the ringing of bells, Hanoi awakens each morning wrapped in mist and memory. The capital of Vietnam is a mosaic of overlapping times, a place where poetry and chaos coexist in perfect balance. Every street is a story, every corner an echo of centuries. Hoan Kiem Lake is the city's silent heart. At dawn, monks and elders practice Tai Chi by the still water, as the reflection of trees sketches arabesques upon its surface. At its center, the Turtle Tower rises as a symbol of ancient wisdom, a living reminder that patience is also a form of faith. The streets of the Old Quarter are labyrinths of scent and color. The air smells of jasmine, roasted coffee, and spices. The sound is a symphony of pans, horns, and laughter. Women balance baskets of fruit on their shoulders, and children watch the world from open doors. Amid tangled wires and faded facades, the city breathes, chaotic, beautiful, alive. The Ngoc Sun Temple rests upon the lake like a jade gem. Its red pavilion reflects the serenity missing from the traffic, and incense burns like a visible prayer. The traveler feels that Hanoi does not seek to impress. It invites one to listen. And when night falls and lanterns bloom above the alleys, time seems to soften. Hanoi is the sound of the past still alive. A city not to be explained, but to be felt, between noise and silence. Sapa. In the mountains of the north, Vietnam finds another voice, slower, deeper, almost ancestral. Between low clouds and emerald valleys, the region of Sapa reveals itself like a dream in motion. The rice terraces of Mu Chang Chai stretch like handmade stairways, climbing and descending the slopes like green waves of patience and wisdom. At dawn, mist blankets everything. The fields seem to float, and the distant sound of buffalo bells drifts across the hills. Hmong and Dao women walk along muddy paths, wearing hand-dyed fabrics and carrying bamboo baskets on their backs. Their gentle voices mingle with the wind and the scent of fresh rice. The earth is alive, and every curve tells a story. For centuries, farmers have shaped the land with steady hands and eyes turned toward the sky. The rhythm of life follows the rain, planting, tending, harvesting. Sunlight reflected on water turns the terraces into mirrors, and the horizon multiplies endlessly. The air is cool and damp, and the silence feels like cloud. In the high mountains, wooden houses hold the warmth of fire and the laughter of children. Everything seems simple, yet sacred. Every gesture, every step, part of a quiet ritual between man and land. Sapa is where Vietnam breathes more slowly, where time does not pass, it grows. And at dusk, when the sun melts into gold across the paddies, the traveler realizes the mountain does not speak, it sings. Ninh Binh. There are places where silence runs deeper than sound. Ninh Binh is one of them. Known as the terrestrial Ha Long Bay, this region of northern Vietnam is a maze of calm rivers, caves, and limestone mountains rising among rice fields. Everything here feels suspended, as if time itself had surrendered to stillness. Wooden boats glide along the Tam Coc River, steered by women who row with their feet. The sound of oars slicing water is the valley's only voice. Along the banks, lotus flowers open to the sun, and the scent of freshly cut rice mingles with that of damp earth. At every bend, a new vision appears. Hidden temples, deep caverns, perfect reflections. Inside the caves, the air is cool, and the darkness feels like stone. Voices echo off the walls, and the water, touched by stray beams of light, glows in shades of jade. It feels like sailing through a dream. In nearby villages, life moves at the same pace it has for centuries. Farmers tend their fields with patient gestures, buffaloes wade along the banks, and the wind carries the scent of cut bamboo. There is no haste, only continuity. Ninh Binh is the mirror of Vietnam's inner spirit, serene, spiritual, untouched. A place where nature meditates and humankind learns to breathe with the rhythm of the river. Hoi There are cities one does not hear. One senses. Hue is one of them. Once the imperial capital of Vietnam, it holds within its walls the echo of the Nguyen dynasties, the chants of dawn monks, and the perfume river flowing through time with monastic serenity. Here, the past does not sleep. It meditates. The imperial citadel rises like a poem in stone. Red gates, golden roofs, and symmetrical gardens compose a scene suspended between grandeur and nostalgia. Beneath the soft shimmer of rain, damp walls reflect time, each drop a memory, each shadow an imperial secret. Along the perfume river, wooden boats glide slowly. The scent of incense mingles with that of wet earth, and the distant bells of the Tien Mu Pagoda drift through the air like an ancient prayer. Monks in saffron robes walk in silence, carrying in their hands the lightness the world has forgotten. The emperor's tombs rest beyond the city, among hills and bamboo groves. Each is a universe unto itself. Mosaics, carved dragons, golden reflections on water's surface. They are monuments not to death, but to endurance. Hoi is the Vietnam that contemplates, a city dissolving in mist, where power became poetry and silence its eternal tongue. Hoi An. At dusk, When the sun withdraws and the sky turns amber and lilac, Hoi An awakens its true soul. This ancient port city of Vietnam, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a mosaic of cultures the tide of time forgot to erase. Chinese, Japanese, and Vietnamese influences intertwine through its colorful temples and wooden facades, guardians of an ancient harmony. Lanterns strung above the narrow streets begin to glow one by one, like stars descending to earth. Their reflections on the Thu Bon River turn the water into an inverted sky. Boats glide gently, guided by women who set small lanterns afloat, offerings of light, wishes the river will carry to the sea. The air smells of jasmine, paper, and tea. On balconies, artisans weave silk, shape ceramics, and dreams. The soundscape is tender. Soft footsteps, distant laughter, the ringing of bicycle bells. Everything in Hoi An seems to move within a gentler clock, slower, kinder. In temples, incense rises in golden spirals. At every corner, the past seems to whisper softly. Yellow facades, weathered by sun and rain, remind us that true beauty lies in what time chooses to keep. Hoi An is not merely a city, it is a living memory. A place where light has a soul and silence, a hue. And when night fully descends, the traveler understands. Here, time is never lost. It glows. Da Nang. Between the blue of the South China Sea and the green of the hills, Da Nang rests like a bridge between the spiritual and the earthly. Modern and radiant, this central Vietnamese city is a breath between worlds, the echo of the ancient and the whisper of the future. But it is within the Marble Mountains that its heart reveals what time cannot erode: serenity. The 5 stone hills, named after the elements, metal, wood, water, fire, and earth, rise like natural temples. Inside, caves hold shrines where stone and faith blend as one. Shafts of light pierce through cracks, illuminating statues of Buddha wrapped in incense smoke. The silence here has weight and melody. The wind passes through the underground chambers, mingling with the soft chanting of monks. Cool walls hold centuries of devotion, and each step echoes like a mantra. From the summit, the view opens to the boundless sea, where fishing boats drift between dream and waking. At the mountain's base, artisans carve marble with gestures inherited through generations. Each sculpture is born from the dialogue between hand and stone, patience and precision, matter and spirit. The air vibrates with the rhythm of chisels, a heartbeat echoing from the earth itself. At dusk, golden light washes over the hills, and Da Nang seems suspended in time. The Marble Mountain is not a monument. It is a silent lesson in balance. Between noise and calm, it teaches that even stone breathes. Dalat. In the heart of the Central Highlands, Vietnam transforms. The city of Dalat rests over 1,500 meters above sea level, surrounded by pines, lakes, and flowers that seem to drift upon the mist. Known as the City of Eternal Spring, it feels like a breath of the gods, a pause of light between monsoons. The air is cool, sweet, almost translucent. The wind carries the aroma of freshly roasted coffee and the distant murmur of waterfalls cascading from the hills. Tea and coffee plantations blanket the rolling slopes, and workers' hands pick the beans with slow, precise, almost musical gestures. The streets of Dalat resemble a European village dreaming in Vietnamese. Colorful houses, slanted roofs, flowers in every window. Yet the spirit remains oriental, quiet, meditative. On Xuan Huang Lake, swan-shaped boats glide across the calm surface. The mountains reflected so perfectly, they seem hand-painted. On the hillsides, flower gardens unfold like living carpets. Chrysanthemums, hydrangeas, and orchids sway with the wind. The fragrance is strong, as if the earth itself exhaled its memories. At night, the mist drifts gently down, wrapping the town in a silver veil. Soft lights flicker like fireflies, and time, for a moment, forgets to move. Dalat is Vietnam in a state of dream, a place where the cold is kind, silence has texture, and the heart finds rest. Mekong Delta. In southern Vietnam, the Mekong River, after crossing 6 countries and thousands of miles, opens into veins of life. Its delta is a maze of channels, palms, and flooded fields, a world where water is road, mirror, and sustenance. Here, everything flows. Time, trade, faith. Man and river have always moved as one. Colorful boats glide slowly through vegetation-lined canals. The banks are alive with wooden stilt houses where children play, fishermen weave nets, and women sell tropical fruits from floating baskets. The air smells of coconut, fresh fish, and wet soil. The hum of voices mingles with the gentle rhythm of water against hulls. In the floating markets, dawn is a spectacle. Hundreds of boats converge, painting the river with color: golden mangoes, red dragon fruit, white blossoms. Trade happens in gestures, smiles, and glances. There is no hurry. Life is negotiated to the rhythm of the tide. Farther along, monasteries rise among the palms, and monks collect offerings from the banks. The Mekong is more than a river. It is a liquid temple, the beating heart of a people who learned to live among currents. At sunset, the water turns to bronze and silence. The Mekong Delta is where Vietnam sees itself, a nation that breathes with the river, shifts with the light, and never ceases to flow. Phu Quoc. At the southern edge of Vietnam, where the continent dissolves into blue, lies Phu Quoc, an island of silence and light. Its waters, clear as glass, mirror the sky in shades of turquoise and gold. Palms bend softly over fine sand, and the wind carries the scent of salt and distance. At dawn, the sea breathes in tranquility. Fishermen set out in small, colorful boats, their nets opening like wings against the horizon. The rhythm of the waves is constant, a mantra of the ocean. Life here follows the pulse of tides. To be born, to leave, to return. In the coastal villages, time seems to rest. Children play among shells. Women dry fish under the sun, and elders talk in the shade of palms. Laughter comes easily, and silence is sacred. At night, the sky blooms with stars so close they seem to fall upon the sea. Beneath the surface, the coral reefs reveal another world. Fish shimmer like fragments of glass, and the movement of seaweed feels like a dream. The diver senses belonging, a liquid temple where beauty is prayer and silence. The answer. Phu Quoc is Vietnam at peace, a place where the ocean does not end, but continues within those who gaze upon it. From the mist-covered north to the sunlit south, Vietnam reveals itself as a living poem, written in rice, stone, and water. Every region, every face, every sound forms part of the same symphony, the balance between humankind and the world. Here, the land belongs to no one. It is we who belong to it. The mountains of Sapa hold the breath of ancient gods. The temples of Hue still echo with imperial voices. And in the waters of the Mekong, time spirals through memory. Hoi An lights its lanterns for the past. Dalat dreams in eternal bloom. And Phu Quoc rests peacefully in the arms of the sea. Vietnam is made of silence and motion. It is laughter born between storms, the song of those who plant and wait, the faith renewed with every sunrise. The country does not display itself. It whispers, like the mist that hides and unveils, like the wind that speaks without sound. At journey's end, the traveler understands Vietnam is not a destination, but a state of soul. It is the moment the heart slows and learns to listen to the voice of the earth, the rhythm of the river, the murmur of time. For Vietnam does not end. It continues within those who behold it.